Ladies, gentlemen, thems, and zems alike, I am Dell. Welcome back to another episode of Dech Teck, show where I go through a deck, kind of show off my cards, and kind of talk about what I'm going for. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I think it's been maybe almost a year now. Haven't really done much long-form content this year, off and on. Did a couple pre-release things. Not getting into the burnout like I think most people have, but you know what I'm talking about. But it's been a busy year. Been a busy in my social life, less so than my real life, but you know how it is. Just life. But the other week I got to meet someone special. Probably tell by the thumbnail. But I want to go over this deck. I haven't talked. I think it's probably my most viewed deck techs by a margin, I believe. Again, I don't write scripts for these, so bear with me. But I want to do a little update. I've souped up, spruced up. There's still a few changes going. We'll go over that when we get there, because there's a couple cards in here that I'd rather have in other decks. And I think a few more cards I've yet to upgrade. But we'll do a little update on one of my favorite decks, Varina, the Lich Queen. See me reflected. The original card is nice. The art's kind of, I don't want to say boring, but generic. They released Linda, Kandarian Queen, but I have a very special proxy I got a while back. I think I even talked about in my last video, because I think Elvira is also in the thumbnail from my other video. I got to meet her. Got her to sign, Cassandra Peterson, technically. Got her to sign it. Very nice person. Waited a very long time in line. Very nice. She asked about a little bit, talked a little bit about Magic, but you know she had other stuff to do. But we'll put her over here for now. Had to take my little tchotchke Elvira's out. The other one has a lightsaber because I think she should. But this is a zombie, sort of zombie type, more focusing on tokens, but through the years, kind of focused away from just tokens. Got some decent newer cards, some decent reprints, and overall just the synergy, for lack of a better term, has been improved. Does a lot of gross stuff, but it's still one of my like flagship decks where, I don't know how to say it, doesn't go too hard, but once it gets going, it goes pretty darn hard. I'll focus the camera a little bit. So bulk of the deck, as with most of my decks, it's creatures. I guess I should point out the background has changed a little bit. Cleaned up, took literally everything off, dusted, kind of reset up everything. I'll do a preview of my next video. I'm going to do another video today. Shh, don't tell anyone I record these in bulk. But on to the cards. I will have a link to the old deck list and this deck list in the comments. Yes, I use Tapped Out. Haven't made the move yet to Moxfield because I just like Tapped Out better. But anyway, first card, Aven Wind Guide. I believe these used to be foreign prints on some of these cards where I can never remember exactly what they did. So I just bit the bullet and bought some nice foils the past year or so. Spruce them up and just make it look nicer, and then I can also tell what they do. So these aren't, I wouldn't say popular cards, but just not cards you see that often, or at least myself can remember. Is there a hair under there? No, it's a weird scratch. It's a weird scratch on the foiling. Whatever. Anyway, that's a bird warrior. Creature tokens have flying and vigilance. Has a bomb to make it a token. That's in here for the zombie tokens. These little buggers, there's a couple of them. I should have organized this a little better, but we'll talk about them when we talk about them. Give all my zombie tokens flying and vigilance. Flying is OP, overpowered, especially late game. Like, a lot of people don't build around flying, which is great. But I'm just going to ramble on the first card. Shepherd of Rot, got it signed by Greg Staples. One of my favorite cards. One of those cards that I love playing, where I play mutually assured destruction. A lot of my decks is one of them. Every player loses one life for each zombie in play. Sick art, sick foil. I love that card. I wish I put that in more decks, but I don't play as many zombie decks as you'd think. Got Narfi, Betrayer King. One of two big reasons I have the snow basics in here. But other snow and zombie creatures get +1/+1, so a little what do you call it, Lord effects. But 3 snow mana. Turns it from the battle. Start over. Return Narfi from your graveyard to the battlefield. I have not talked about decks in a while. I'm a little tired. Temet, Nectamun's Will. I got this precon. You'll see a couple other cards in here from it, where those are right colors, but overall the deck, the precon wasn't what I wanted to do. But this card is sick with this, so I guess kind of skipped over it. Elvira, Varina, whatever you want to call her, has the ability when you attack one or more zombies, draw many cards, discard many cards, and gain that much life. Pay 2, exile 2 cards from your graveyard, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. This has the ability when you attack, draw a card, discard a card, but when you draw a card, zombies get +1/+1 10 turns. So this is a good game ender if I can get it out, keep it out. So I'm going to be attacking with, 10 zombies. They'll get +10/+10 when I draw and discard. It's pretty sick. Sick art too. Lost Monarch of Ifnir, I think is one of the ones I am going to upgrade eventually once I find a snazzier version. But this card does a lot of work too. Has Afflict built in. Afflict 3. When this creature becomes blocked, defending player loses 3 life. Other zombies you control have Afflict 3. At the beginning of your second main phase, if a player is dealt damage by a zombie this turn, mill 3 cards. You may return a creature card from the graveyard to your hand. I won a game with this once, where I swung out and they blocked a bunch, and this guy sat there like, you're still going to lose a lot. So you either take 2 from each zombie or 3 from each zombie if you block them. I think either way they were hosed, but it's a fun little card. Like I said, I'll be upgrading that soon. Undead Warchief. Zombie spells cost 1 less to play. It gives all my zombies +2/+1. Fun fact, himself too. So when you play him, he ends up being a 3/2. Pretty good. Pretty good. Eternal Skylord. Enters battlefield of mass 2. And then zombie tokens you draw flying. Again, flying is underrated in my opinion. There's lots of other stuff unblockable, shadow, all that stuff, but flying gets the job done when you need it to. Risen Executioner. Can't block. Other zombies get +1/+1, so another Lord effect. Then you may cast from your graveyard if you pay 1 more for each other creature card in your graveyard. Late game, this kind of sucks. I haven't been able to get them out pretty good, but it costs a lot of mana, especially if you just want a little extra punch through. Does the job. Otherwise, he's one of the exile targets usually. A newer addition to the deck, Lazotep Chancellor. When you discard a card, you may pay 1 if you do a mass 2. So again, with dumping a bunch of cards after doing a swing, I can pay some mana and a mass. Now I believe each trigger happens separately, so I think after the first one, you're just making the token bigger. I think you have to make the token and it just puts +2/+2 counters on. I'm looking for the one we just looked at. 2/+1 talent, army control. If you don't control one, create one first. Yeah, so I know how my cards work sometimes. You're a land, get out of there. Oops. Hildebrand Manorville. New edition this year. He has a little instant ability. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. And a static ability after he's done with his adventure. Creature tokens get +1/+1. And when he dies, you can cast from your graveyard as adventure till the end of your next turn. I don't know a lot about Final Fantasy. I really don't anything. But the little pose he has, and do I have the zombie token? Pause. I think I got one. Oh, I don't have one. You can tell I don't script. I don't plan. Fly by the seat of my pants just makes it more fun for me to do, but also more entertaining. Well, you guys can look it up on your own. Thought I had one. I'm dying. But his zombie token is him doing that same goofy pose. But Adaptive Automaton enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Becomes a chosen creature type, and other creatures of that type get +1/+1. So another neat little lord. Pretty sick art too. Kind of like that. We have Lord of the Undead. Another lord type. All zombies get +1/+1. And return target zombie card from your graveyard to your hand. So if needed, you can bring something back. Cemetery Reaper. Old Lords are getting a little row here. Other zombies get +1/+1. Exile target creature card from a graveyard to put a black zombie creature token on the battlefield. Liliana's Devotee. Jackie Daytona. This gives zombies +1/+0. Not as great as the other lords, but still not enough punch. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature dies this turn, you may pay 1 in a black. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. We say not a lot. I'm just going to say zombie from now on. Heck with it. Metallic Mimic. Another cool art. Looks really sick in foil. Enters battlefield, choose a creature type. Choosing zombies. It becomes that type. Each other creature of the chosen type enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it, including tokens. Crypt Breaker. Discard a card, make a zombie. Tap 3 to untap zombies you control. Draw a card and lose a life. Pretty good. We don't have a lot of token generation in white, but we have it in this deck. We have Mondrek, Glory Dominus. If one or more tokens will be created in control, twice that many are created instead. Then you can pay 1/2 for X in white. Sacrifice 2 other artifacts and or creatures. Put an indestructible counter on them. So if somebody tries to blow up your guy here, you say nope. I like they didn't add activate as a sorcery on that. They put that to kind of nerf a lot of things, and I don't really care for that. I have a lot of these in here because they know their market. I like this old style promo foiling. We have Diagraph Captain. He has Death Touch. Another zombies get +1/+1. Another zombie you control dies. Target opponent loses a life. Champion of the Parish. Really hard to see the art, but I kind of like that. Another zombie enters the battlefield under control. Put a +1/+1 counter on him. Another one of the newer editions. This Secret Lair was slept on because they had this. It had the Voha. It had another pretty good card in there. It's kind of neat, a little comic booky kind of Halloween art. We have Wilhelt the Rock Cleaver. Another zombie you control dies. If it didn't have Decade, create a 2/2 zombie with Decade. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a zombie. If you do, draw a card. You have Lich, Lord of Unks. Little token generation makes a 1/1 blue and black zombie wizard. And for 2 black and 2 blue, target player loses X life, puts the top X cards of his or her library in the graveyard, where X number of zombies control. Little mill. And you'll see another one of my favorite cards in here eventually. That also helps with that. I love these. Stained Glass Rata Drabic Urborg. Vigilance, he has Ward 2. Other zombies have Vigilance. When another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary. It's a 2/2 black zombie in condition to other creature types. I don't have too many legendaries in here, but I have gotten a few copies of Elvira out with this thing, which she's going to die a lot. I am actually working on another proxy. Shout out to Homebrew Dech Teck, he was helping me with it. So instead of making another Dech Teck, I'll probably just show it off on my socials. But anyway, Solus one of my favorite zombie cards from back when I was playing Magic, early days of it. Power tough is equal to zombies in play plus graveyards. Just looks really cool. I was on the verge of getting cut, but can't get rid of it. It's one of my favorite cards. Havengul Runebinder. 2 in a blue, tap it. Exile creature card from your graveyard, make it 2/2 zombie. And put a +1/+1 on each zombie you control. He doesn't live too long. Often get him out, do it once people realize what he's doing, gets killed. But that's half the fun of Commander. Vizier of the Scorpion. Enters at -1. And zombie tokens you control Death Touch. It's Geralf or Geralf. Visionary Stitcher. Zombies again have flying. It's the third one making flying. Ever blue, tap, sacrifice another token creature, create an XX blue zombie creature token where X is sacrifice creature's toughness. Another fun pet card. I got this super cheap at my LGS, but Bone Miser. Whenever you discard a creature card, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. You're going to be discarding a lot yourself. When you discard a land card, make 2 black mana. Discard a non-creature, non-land card, draw a card. So combat, it does a lot of work. Got that Bob Burgers art I really like. Sick foil. Death Baron. Skeletons and you control and other zombies you control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. Again, not too many skeletons in this deck. I don't think there's any. But it's that zombie pumping and a death touch that really do the work. We have Vengeful Dead. Vengeful Dead or another zombie is put in the graveyard from play. Each opponent loses a life. Just love the art on there too. Gravecrawler, signed by the artist. Can't block. Cast from your graveyard if you control a zombie. Again, one of those cards I probably should cut, but it just fits the deck so well. I love this card so much. Probably do better in other decks too, but Diagraph Colossus, one of those sick promos. I don't know what you want to call them. They're the bonus cards in Secret Lairs when they don't feel like making an actual special card for the Secret Lair. You get one of these randomized. Of course, I just buy them super cheap only because no one likes them. Diagraph Colossus. Creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it for each zombie in your graveyard. When you cast on, make another token. We got Corpse Knight. We got a sneeze working. Corpse Knight. Another creature enters the battlefield under control. Each opponent loses a life. They don't have the misprint one, but I think this one was misprinted with power toughness 2/3 instead of 2/2. It's pretty neat. Great quality control over there. Plague Belcher. Got Menace. Enters the battlefield. Put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature control. When another zombie control dies, each opponent loses a life. This is a lot of work. You usually get one off the bat when it comes in, but usually a board wipe's going to kill everybody. And I have a few board wipes in here. At least one. Cleaver's Cab. Another one of those sick promos. Sack another zombie. You make 2 tokens or copies of that. Those really well in a token deck, especially if I have one of my token doublers out. Graveyard Marshal. 2 and a black, exile creature card from your graveyard. Create a zombie token. Soul Asher Lich Lord. Ward, pay 2 life. When you may cast target zombie creature from your graveyard this turn, you tap it. Pretty good. Underrated something on set. Like, I don't think it's a problem, or it's supposed to be standard legal for what 4 or 5 years, but they just stopped printing it. I don't know if they lost the thread on that or what, but print more foundations, goddammit. Up next, we got Tomb Tyrant. Other zombies get +1/+1. For 2 and a black, tap it. Everest creature, return a zombie creature card random from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only during your turn and only if there are at least 3 zombie creature cards in your graveyard. I like randomness, but usually it does pretty good. I have gotten a Gravecrawler a few times. We're just kind of like, well. Lore of the Curse. We got the anime waifu art from Jumpstart Missile Foundations, but pumps your other zombies by +1/+1. And 1 in the black, all zombies gain. Start over. 1 in the black, tap it. All zombies gain menace until end of turn. It's pretty good for a game ender if it can survive. Blade Stitched Scab. Other zombies get +1/+1. Again, top heavy, but it does pretty good. It's another one that gets on the chopping block, ends up surviving. Man, on the verge of a sneeze. Gleaming Overseer. Enters the battlefield -1. And zombie tokens you control have Hexproof and Menace. This is my favorite card. Oh, Gary Busey. Undead Alchemist. If a zombie would deal combat damage to player, instead the player mills that many cards. When a creature card is put in an opponent's graveyard from their library, exile that card instead, and then make a token. So that was pretty good work. When you have a bunch of zombies, I'm just making a crap ton of tokens. And then with my Lich Lord of Unks, just makes even more. It's pretty sick. Now we got Wayward Servant. Another zombie enters the battlefield under control. Each opponent loses 1 life and gain a life. Marvel's Dead. Signed by the artist. Got Manache. And then, I'm trying to repass. When it dies, you may pay a black. If you do, return it to your hand. Whenever it dies, you may pay X. If you do, return another target zombie creature card from your converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. To be honest, I haven't done it in a while. I forgot what it said. I might be right. I might have read that right, but they said that's what Decklists are for. Last creature, Noxious Ghoul. Noxious Ghoul, another zombie comes into play. All non-zombie creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. That's pretty good. Board wipe if I get a bunch of zombies at once. I'm going to pause for a second. Well, I said pause, and it didn't pause, so it's still recorded, so apologies. I'm just sitting here knowing that I'm not going to edit it out either. Anyway, sorry for the delay. Had to go in the other room to try to blow my nose, get the sneeze out, but I'm still on the verge of sneezing. A lot of sinus problems, if you couldn't tell. Alright, creatures are done. We got enchantments next. Endless Ranks of the Dead. One of my favorite enchantments. The artist was kind of the sign on the flavor text rather than the rules text. Ryan Yee, shout out to Ryan Yee. Local artist. Great guy. Haven't seen him in a while. One of those things in hindsight where it's like I probably should reach out and make sure he's okay. But I don't really have socials anymore either, so if you're out there, Ryan, I love you. But to give your upkeep, put X black zombie creature tokens on the battlefield where X is half the number of zombie control rounded down. So with no zombies, you get one first upkeep. Then you get another one, assuming it's by itself the next upkeep. And then there it gets exponentially bigger. You get 1 to 2 to 4 to 8, so on, assuming they all survive. Slow, but this deck is a slower deck, so it does what I like. Rally the ranks, choose creature type, choosing zombies, pumps that creature type. Gadzooks. Graph Harvest gives my zombies Menache, and for 3 and a black, exile a card from a graveyard, creature card rather, to make a token. On Wings of Gold, got signed by the artist this year. Creature controller zombies and or tokens get +1/+1 and flying. And when one of those cards leaves your graveyard, create a 1/1 white zombie creature token. Had to read around the signature there. Pretty good. Haven't seen it too many games, but this I have, and this usually gets blown up pretty quick. Anointed Procession needs no introduction, but an effect will create 1 or more tokens under control. Creates twice the many instead. It's pretty sick. Renewed Solidarity. Choose a creature type when it enters. Choosing zombies. Creatures get +1/+0. Beginning of your end step for each token you control of the chosen type to enter this turn. Create a token as a copy of it. Sleepy little card. Does a lot of good work. I like that card. Necroduality. Added this recently. This is going to get upgraded at some point as well. But when a non-token zombie enters the battlefield in control, create a token that's a copy of it. Pretty good. Then we got Haunted One. Legendary enchantment background. Commander creatures you own have whenever this creature becomes tapped, hit another creature you control that share a creature type with it, get +2/+0 and get undying till in turn. It's pretty good. They got the promo from the PlayStation Secret Lair. It's pretty sick. Etchings of the Chosen. Choose creature type. Zombies. Creatures that type get +1/+1. And for 1 mana, sacrifice a creature of the chosen type. Target creature control can indestructible till in turn. Also kind of sneaky, kind of sleepy, kind of getcha. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. Let's just start scripting these. Tangible Virtue. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 vigilance. Some of my zombie tokens get a little stronger and they don't tap. Training Grounds gets a lot of hate, but it's basically there for Elvira herself, and some of my other cards get lowered activated costs. Gets a lot of hate, but it's not a combo. It's just one of those things that just makes my deck run a little faster. Liliana's Mastery. I bought a promo foil of this, but I haven't gotten the mail yet, so this is definitely getting upgraded. Enchantment that gives zombies +1/+1. I thought that was going to be the sneeze, but that was just a cough. When Liliana's Mastery enters the battlefield, create 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. And last enchantment, Dread Horde Invasion. Beginning upkeep, lose a life, mass 1. Whenever a zombie token you control takes power 6 or greater attacks, it gains lifelink till in turn. It's one of my favorite cards from this set. This is a sick card. I put this in a lot of decks. It's like a zombie variant of Bitter Blossom, which we're getting a new Bitter Blossom soon, at least the time of recording. Okay. Artifacts are next. We got Hearthstone, one of my favorite cards of all time. Active abilities cost 1 less. Fun fact, I played this for years wrong, where I had German printing of this back when I was younger, And I took German, but I always thought they said cannot reduce the cost less than 0. I said less than 1. So I was playing it wrong for 1. No one knew. But just reduces my activated cost by 1. This sucker does a lot of work. When you discard one or more cards, create them any tapped zombie creature tokens. Putting this out, attack them with a bunch, I get a bunch more tokens. It's sick. This is a good set. There's a few good cards in this set that I was excited for. Curse Cloth Wrappings. Zombies get +1/+1 and tap it. Target creature card in your graveyard gets Embalm. Then turn the Embalm cost equal to its mana cost. I'll be honest, I forget what Embalm does. I don't think I've ever gotten to do that. But I'm pretty sure it just makes a token of... Hold on. Am I thinking Embalm or... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, exile from your graveyard, create a token, it's a copy of it. I was close. Where I was going with that, I was close. I couldn't think if Embalm was the same as Internalize. It's another one I haven't done in a while that I'm not going to pretend to know what I'm talking about with it. But we're on to sorceries. Damn. Hold up, bitch. Be humble. Short target creature. A creature destroyed but can't be regenerated. Or overload. You replace target with each creature. So a little board wipe. Got that sick Tim Jacoby art. Jacobus. Sorry. Army of the Damned. I don't think this needs an introduction. Just making 13 tokens. This can do a lot of work with the enter the battlefield stuff. Enemies each taking 13 damage. Each creature getting -13, -13. A whole bunch of stuff. And it has flashback for that added fun. Just quietly discard this and activate it a little bit later. From under the floorboards, Sound of the Artist, so excuse me, I'm not to take up here to read it. Put 3 2/2 black zombie creature tokens on the battlefield, tapped, and you gain 3 life. If you pay its madness cost, which is X and 2 black, instead put X of those tokens on the battlefield, tapped, and gain X life. One of those cards I haven't seen too often. Cut a lot of the other sorceries and stuff that made a black zombie creature token. Let me see my little... Yeah. Moan of the Unhallowed I took out. Reap the Seagraph I've taken out. A few other little ones like that where I'm like, they weren't getting enough work done and they got cut for a lot of those Aether Drift cards that are just, ooh, chef's kiss, you know. Really good for this deck. So, up next, the penultimate pile. I kind of bumped it so I'm going to get them back in order. All the non-basic lands. First couple, I think this is the only organization did besides the basics, are the little man lands. Little changeling type lands like Mutavault, Faceless Haven, which is the other card I have for the snow mana, and then Soulstone Sanctuary. They come all creature types, and they do a lot of work. Just sneaking in there, getting some zombie damage done, especially if I got a bunch of the lords out. City Brass, just love this card. I think I was going to get a Mana Confluence in here too. I don't think I have yet, but I'm getting a bunch of life. It's nice to have multicolor. Try to build this sort of budgeted. I say as I have a lot of expensive cards in here, I'm sure, but the land base is super budgeted. And you'll see I don't have any shock lands or anything in here, but everything's foil and pretty. So Path of Entry comes in tapped. Add a mana color of Commander's Guardian to cast cards. Some of the artists always had the... When the mana is spent to cast a creature card, shares creature type, you scry something. I want to say scry 1. Don't quote me on that. Secret Tunnel. Just added this to the deck. This land can be blocked. Not really relevant in this case. Tap for colorless, but for 4 mana, tap 2 target creatures you control, which your creature type can't be blocked this turn. Excuse me. This, of course, will get updated. I just didn't want to dump money on a crazy expensive card right now. At the time, I think it was pretty expensive, but Secluded Courtyard. Enters battlefield, choose a creature type, choosing zombies. Tap for colors or add 1 mini of any color. Spin a only. Cast a creature type. Oh, I can't talk. Cast a creature spell of the chosen type, or activate an ability of that type, which doesn't really matter with this colored mana, but yeah, whatever. Command Tower, you know what it does. Signed by the artist. Vault of the Archangel. You tap it for colorless, or for 2 and a white and a black. All your creatures get Death Touch and Lifelink till end turn. That's pretty good. Ash Barrens. I'm putting this on a lot of decks. It's a pretty sick card. You can land cycle for a basic. This is pretty good. I don't know what else to say about it. Cursed Duneyard. Again, from Aether Drift, the ability of 2 tap, regenerate target zombie is pretty much what I'm worried about. But also has Shade, Skeleton, Spectre, Spirit, Vampire, Wraith. I put this in my Nazgul deck because Wraith is a creature type that they are. It's really sick. But put it in here too because I got a lot of zombies I want to keep safe. Nice foiled out lands, but none of these were crazy expensive. And I kind of like the Fallout. I upgraded the Fallout because it kind of looks like zombie wastelands. We'll just kind of peek through real quick, just kind of look at them. But I got one of each. Surgefall. Just kind of look at the aesthetic for zombies. You know what I mean? Then we got, instead of having the shocks, I put the little snow versions. You know, we have Contaminant Lightscape. Pretty sick. Has cycling, and you can sacrifice it to put a basic. Phyrexian Tower, probably the most expensive card in the deck. Pulled it from a pack, so that's budget for me. Sacrifice a token, make some mana. Rafine's Tower, maybe the second most expensive. No, never mind. I forgot this is in here. I really should upgrade and get search lands. What are they called? Fetch lands, sorry. But then I'm like, I don't want to spend too much money. And I don't have enough basics in here as it is. But Unclaimed Territory, choosing zombies, making a mana any color to make a zombie spell. Only Grotto, tap for colorless or for a black. Put target zombie on top of your grave. Blah, blah. One of these days I'll learn how to talk. Put target zombie card from your graveyard on top of your library. Save this for last. So I kind of pushed ahead. I got the Secret Lair. Should have got the foil, but hindsight's funny like that. It's actually Field of the Dead. Comes in tapped. When it or another land is battlefield and control, if you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a zombie. It's pretty good. I might switch this because I don't play Elvira enough, but I also have a really sick foil, the original print. I think it'll work better in here. This will go into a pet deck. A deck I'll see more often that I don't mind as much as having a weird expensive card just in there. And yet the basics, all snows. Kind of mixed it up, have different versions. I got a sign one, foil, old school one, old school foil, and then the islands and blades. But I forget how to end these. Yeah, that's my deck. Like I said, it's mostly about creating zombie tokens. That's the main. I keep wanting to say typal. But I've souped it up a bit so there's more creatures in it. In addition to, the token generation and whatnot. But everything's falling over. I plan on upgrading as I find more zombie cards. Maybe another year or so. A little sip of water. Another year or so, once it's changed enough, I'll do another little video about it. But yep, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think how there's anything else I want to say before I'm done. It's been a hot minute since I've done this. Deck lists are in the bottom in the comments. I still use tapped. I think I already said that too. Sorry for that pause in the middle. I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit that out cleanly. I want to get this up on my channel by Christmas because I made the thumbnail and it's going to be a little weird if I don't. Anywho, I will be recording another video right after, so you'll probably see that after this if you're even watching this point. I'm going to open a couple things. Get a little back to long form content and try to get more recording more. I haven't really been buying too much. You see my packs. I do the shorts are spread out a little more, so I get like a bunch of packs at once, and that lasts me for a good month or so. But, hope you guys had a good year. I did not. But next year's going to be better. We'll all try to stick together and, support each other. I'm going to put my one Elvira there. The one with the broken arm there. One with the lightsaber there. I'm going to move the cake so it doesn't look like I'm making like a weird Sexist joke with that. Look around, see if there's anything else I want to put there, because it looks kind of neaky. Captain Crunch. Stick it there. I mean, why do they make your feet so weird? They don't make them so you can actually stand up. That makes me a little peeved. Just have you hanging out a window. Put the little Ugnaught over there. Yeah, we're gonna end this video. I'm still recording. Just keep an eye for some other stuff. Sub if you haven't. Like, comment, whatever else. And until next time, love you.